This is Crenshaw, Briggs, and VT. We want the touchdown, we not trying to go for 3. And it's best if you get up out the street, cause them bulls out the pen and they about to stampede.
I have a question for Mr. McClain. Can a player be traded for a coach such as Sean Payton? This is a wide debate on the internet, even amongst beat writers, with no clear answer to be found.
You can trade anything. There's a lot of reports on the internet that I think are got to be preposterous that the Saints would want a first-round pick. Why in the world would they want just a first-round pick for a great coach? Do you guys know what John Gruden brought the Raiders? 2 1s, 2 2s, and $8 million. And if Gruden brings 2 1s, 2 2s, and $8 million, I'm guessing that Sean Payton's going to bring a little bit more. Now, he said in an interview last week that the most important thing for him is ownership. And right now, considering the Texans have about to hire their 5th coach in 4 years, and if you count Romeo Crennel as interim, or their 4th in 4 years, they don't have a lot of stability. Now, people around the NFL respect the heck out of Nick Caserio. He's with the Patriots for 20 years. He does contracts. He's the cap guy. He's been an assistant coach twice. So even though people here, there's some nincompoops out there that think he should be fired, and he's just been on the job 2 years in a total rebuild. And I don't think what's happened will have an effect. The coach is going to want to know why. The agent's going to want to know why. If you say, well, here's why, and here's $5 million a year on a 5-year deal, they're going to say, okay, that's good. And I think they'll get a good coach. They just have to make sure they hire the right guy. Payton, he is a control freak like Jim Harbaugh. He wants control of everything. Even though Mickey Loomis had the title of general manager, he had it in his contract. He made all personnel decisions. I was told by a friend with the Saints, said he controlled what pens and pencils went out and which ones didn't. And but he's a great coach. He's a great offensive coach. And if they hired him, that would rule out Bryce Young, because he said on TV 2 weeks ago he doesn't think you should draft undersized guys early. And somebody said, well, you would have bypassed Drew Brees in the first round if you go by that. I would think, since Caserio has in his contract, he has final say of personnel. And I'm writing a column for Gallery Sports that'll be posted Thursday about a couple of his quotes he gave Monday that he'd understand if a new coach wanted control of personnel, like I would step aside. Well, number one, he's not resigning, because if he did, he'd walk away from $20 million on the last 4 years of his contract. And if he were still there and he didn't have control of personnel, why would they want to pay him $5 million a year? He's a personnel guy. So he tried to clarify that on Sports Radio 610 this morning. I'll have that in my story. But I'll be very surprised if Sean Payton comes here. But I'm all for interviewing people that are good, because even if you don't hire them, you can learn things. You can learn about offense from Sean Payton. And so I'd be recording those interviews. So if I heard somebody else, I'd say, by the way, here's our interview with Sean Payton, in case you want to pay any attention to it.
This is Crenshaw, Briggs, and VT. We want the touchdown, we not trying to go for 3. And it's best if you get up out the street, cause them bulls out the pen and they about to stampede.